Hello, world. Let's get deep into the reality loop. I mean, I say it throughout my videos that, people tend to be in a reality loop. But let's break it down. So your brain produces like 60 to 70 thoughts per day. And 90% of those thoughts are from yesterday. But why? Because you get up in the morning, you do the same thing. We get up, we look at our phone, we stretch or something, we go brush our teeth, we eat at the same time, we get in the same car that's parked in the same spot, we drive the same way to work, we experience the same people, we drive the same way back home, we eat at the same time, and we do all these things on unconsciously all the time. So all it is that our reality is looping. And so you keep experiencing the same thing and it creates the same thoughts. And those same thoughts always lead to the same choices. And those same choices lead to the same behavior. And that same behavior creates the same experience. And that same experience produces the same feelings and emotions. Now we're back doing it again. So, but you gotta understand that's that matrix design. If you could raise yourself up above and look at the world, you would be like, man, everybody does the same thing every day. Look at it. It's 7 o'clock. Everybody's getting up. Everybody's rushing to work. The cars are honking and everything. Everybody's going to lunch at 12. Everybody's going to getting off at 5 or 6. And it's just a constant rotation of things. So to start thinking different and being different, you gotta get out of that loop. I don't care if you drive a different way to work. Take a different route so you can experience different things, which gives you a different emotion and thought about things. Sometimes, if we're unaware, we're going to keep doing the same thing, but now we're aware. We can create different experiences. We can change the synapses in our brains. We can create new neural pathways by experiencing different things. And the most powerful thing is when you're at still. I don't even want to say meditation because meditation, people are like, well, I don't want to sit there and meditate. But if you can be still, you can imagine different experiences in life, which create a different feeling and which is going to create a different experience in your life. But for the most part, we tend to be in this reality loop because we tend to get up, do the same thing, be the same thing. It's not nothing wrong. It's just habit. But we got to break those habits. I've said it months and months ago. Change your thoughts, change your habits, change your actions, change your reality. So if we keep doing the same thing, our brains are hardwired to do that same thing that creates the same feelings and emotions, same thoughts, same experiences. You see where I'm going with this. So the minute that you say, I'll get up a little earlier, I'll leave for work a little early, I'll just tweak everything and do something different. Instead of going to work and meeting the same people, I might go through the back door. I might be there earlier so I don't interact the same things with people and same interactions. The minute that you just become aware of all these things and you start changing them, your brain goes to work and create new neural pathways. And that's one of the keys to changing your reality and getting out this reality loop. Because you'll continue to be in it because you're experiencing, well, you're thinking, you have the same thoughts, you're doing the same thing, you experience the same emotions, the same feelings, and this happens throughout a day, through a week, through a month, to a year, and you're kind of grounded to this life. But life can surely change as soon as you start making different choices. And one of the best ways to create these different choices is to exercise your brain to experience different things. So we all know that by now that our brain doesn't know the difference between me actually doing something or I'm imagining it. The brain doesn't know the difference. The feelings and emotions still derive from the imagination of me doing something and me physically doing something. And if that's the case, the way I need to get out the reality loop and reprogram my mind is to use it to create different experiences in my mind. So I could visualize a life that I want. I could visualize myself with the things I want. And all this is creating and connecting new neural pathways in the brain for me to experience these things. Now, you have to repeatedly do it to make it become hardwired, but that repetition, as we always talk about, and consistency, it will pay off, and you will end up experiencing the fruit of your focus and attention from doing this. So manifestation is one thing, but when you start having this brain and heart coherence to be in alignment to create the life you want, that makes the manifestation part easier. When you can go in and change your internal state of being to something that benefits you and not going through the same everyday life with the worry and stress and all that stuff, then you can create a different experience in your life. Everything is you pushed out, so within, so without. So everything is just, it's an internal job. It's an internal job. When you think about it, everything starts in here and it's projected out there. And that is the crazy thing about this. Because you couldn't think for 1 second that, growing up, that, man, I could create my life from the inside. And you'll be like, what? Say more. You know what I'm saying? But science has proven that that's the way you're generating and rendering your life. The same thoughts, actions, and emotions keep creating the same life. Oh man, I'm like breathing because it's like, wow, like man, we did not know this, and if we did know this, people would be changing their thoughts and everything a long time ago. We wouldn't have no or too much generational curses because my parents would have known, saying like, okay, well, what my parents told me wasn't right, so I'm gonna take this and change this and make sure that my kids and then my kids will be like, and it'll trickle on down in this process of being aware and creating the life that you want to experience, and everybody wants to experience something different. Everybody wants to have something different, especially when you're on this journey. It's not like that when you're unconscious. You pretty much want what everybody else have because that's all that you're seeing every day, and you want that car because they got it, or want that house because they got it, and want that money and wealth because they got it. But as you get tapped in, tuned in, and turned on to this universe and becoming an independent thinker, you want your own things. Forget what he has. I want my own car. Forget that. I want my own type of house, and you become in not the survival, but the creative mode, So, but to close out on this, the reality loop, you gotta break it. You gotta break the reality loop. Because you will keep experiencing the same things, the same feelings, the same experiences, as long as we stay unaware of what's causing the experience, But as soon as we know what is keep creating this loop of reality, then we can change it. So the awareness is big, When you're aware of anything, you can change it. When you're not aware, you're unconscious, things are just happening. But the minute that you become aware of a lot of different things in your life, your feelings, emotions, your experiences, that awareness gives rise to change it. So yeah, you're the same thoughts that keeps being generated by the same experiences and the same choices that we keep making keeps us in that reality loop. Hello, world.